I couldn't sleep last night. Yes, I worked all day yesterday and I was very tired. And yes, my sister visited me yesterday morning, so I was happy about that. Yes, I did fall asleep at about 10 p.m., which is real early for me. But then, I woke up at 3:30 a.m., and I couldn't go back to sleep. I just had to think about that unraveling story of the submersible. It's been in the news this whole week. At first glance, that submersible sounded like some sort of malfunction with communications, like they sometimes have in the movies. They would figure out the technical problems and all would be well. They still had about 2 days of air left, and they knew where they were. It's a run-of-the-mill news story. Until it wasn't. I saw a picture of the craft. It was a mini submarine and looked tiny. Then I learned they had 5 people inside it. That looked too small. You have to have a bigger vessel to dive underwater. A vessel that has a pressurized compartment. Then I learned this specific vessel was going to explore the Titanic. That's 12,500 feet underwater. And he named his submersible the Titan. What a cocky and ironic name, Titan. Then I learned that the Titan not made of titanium or any kind of metal, it was made of carbon fiber. What the F? Okay, scientists and athletes use carbon fiber all the time now. Extreme athletes use it in their bicycles, for lightness and strength. Exotic and expensive sports cars use carbon fiber to make the vehicle go faster. Less weight. More speed. Modern aircraft use it in airframe and wing designs, more rigidity and less weight for flight. And astronauts and real rocket scientists use carbon fiber. Launching from Earth with rocket propulsion to lift off into orbit. Less weight means more rocket fuel and stronger spacecraft designs. Designing for space really means hiring engineers. Solutions are more complex when you're not on ground level. But engineering for space is very different from engineering for going underwater. You have different engineering problems from exploring outer space. So I am puzzled. Why did they make their submersible, Titan, out of carbon fiber? That's the question. I think they wanted to start a business taking tourists to Titanic. I imagine they wanted to start a business. Probably they had a need to take more tourists. And the submarines are way too big in that infrastructure. You couldn't use a basic submarine because there's too much infrastructure. Meaning having a literal submarine crew, paying the crew, training the crew, and who could really afford that? What about building a totally new submarine? One that could take paying passengers. Of course, these passengers, these tourists would gladly pay a pretty penny to take a tour of the Titanic. So it's gotta be a 5-person submersible and it needs to be small and light. So this is our business plan. Like Musk and Bezos. I'll take wealthy clients on exclusive tours. Except we're not going to the moon. Or Mars. Or Uranus. We're going to tour the Titanic. We newly developed this carbon fiber submersible. And it's really small and really light. And only a few people can run the business operation. And guess what? It fits on my trailer. I can tow it on my BMW. So, we don't need no stinking sailors. We don't need no stinking infrastructure.